Andrew Tate. The name itself seems to conjure strong reactions. For some, he is a symbol of success, a man who speaks hard truths, a guide in a confusing modern world. For others, he represents something far darker: misogyny, dangerous influence, criminal enterprise. It is a story of stark contrasts, a journey that has taken him from relative obscurity to global infamy. One thing is certain: his path has been anything but dull. It's a narrative filled with fast cars, strong opinions, and serious accusations. He became a figure of intense debate. His words spread like wildfire across the internet. Young men in particular seemed drawn to his messages. They saw a lifestyle they perhaps craved: confidence, wealth, and an unapologetic masculinity. But this rise was shadowed by controversy. His statements about women caused widespread outrage. Platforms that once amplified his voice began to silence him. Yet the more he was pushed back, the more his dedicated followers seemed to dig in. It's a curious dynamic, this push and pull. Emory Andrew Tate III was born in December 1986. His birthplace was Washington, D.C. in the United States. His father, Emory Tate, was a notable figure in his own right, an international chess master known for his aggressive and creative style of play. His mother was British. This mixed heritage would see Andrew spend his formative years across continents. It was a childhood that, by his own accounts, wasn't always easy. He has spoken of early struggles, giving a glimpse into the forces that might have shaped him. After his parents divorced, a significant change occurred. Andrew moved with his mother and brother Tristan to Luton, England. Life in Luton was reportedly a stark contrast to any American dream. He has described periods of real poverty. Recollections of scavenging for leftover chicken from fast food chains paint a picture. These experiences of scarcity might have fueled a powerful drive for success, a desire to escape the constraints of a difficult upbringing. It's a common narrative thread for many who achieve wealth later in life. It was in Luton that he found an early path. Kickboxing became his focus. He started his career around 2005. This was not a casual hobby. He pursued it with intense dedication. This discipline and aggression found an outlet in the ring. He rose through the ranks, demonstrating considerable skill and power. Ultimately, he became a four-time world champion in the sport. This achievement provided him with a taste of recognition. It was perhaps the first iteration of the Cobra persona he would later adopt. The world of professional fighting is demanding. It requires physical toughness and immense mental fortitude. These years likely instilled in him a certain mindset, a belief in self-reliance and the power of relentless effort. His success in kickboxing gave him a platform, however modest at first. It was a foundation upon which he would later build a very different kind of career. A career that would take him far beyond the ropes of the kickboxing ring and into a far more complex arena of public opinion. The year 2016 marked Andrew Tate's first significant brush with mainstream fame. He entered the Big Brother house in the UK. Reality television can be a strange gateway to celebrity. It offers a platform, but often on its own terms. For Tate, his time in the meticulously watched house was brief. He was removed after only 6 days. This wasn't due to viewer votes or a voluntary exit. His departure was surrounded by controversy. A video had surfaced. It appeared to show him assaulting a woman with a belt. Tate's response to the video was immediate and defensive. He claimed the footage was heavily edited. He stated that the actions depicted were consensual. He argued it was a misrepresentation of a private, playful moment. The program's producers, however, made their decision. His removal thrust him into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. It was an early indication of the firestorms that would frequently surround him. This incident marked a turning point. He was no longer just an ex-kickboxer. He was now a contentious public figure. This brief, tumultuous appearance on Big Brother seemed to set a pattern. It showcased a willingness to engage in provocative behavior. It also highlighted a tendency to be at the center of public disputes. For many, this was their first introduction to Andrew Tate, and it was an introduction steeped in controversy. The incident, though short-lived in the grand scheme of reality TV, had lasting repercussions. It began to shape his public image, an image he would later actively cultivate and leverage in the online world. From this point, his trajectory shifted. The traditional path to fame, perhaps through sports commentary or similar ventures, didn't seem to be his. Instead, he veered towards the burgeoning world of online influence. The Big Brother scandal, rather than derailing him, perhaps gave him a taste of the power of notoriety. He learned that controversy could attract attention, and attention, in the digital age, is a currency all its own. He was about to learn how to mint that currency on a massive scale. Following his Big Brother exit, Andrew Tate turned his attention to the internet. He began to carefully craft an online persona. This was the top G or Cobra Tate the world would come to know. His content was characterized by an ostentatious display of wealth. Fast cars, private jets, luxury watches, and stacks of cash became his signature props. He projected an image of hyper-masculinity. He offered advice, often unsolicited, on how men should live, think, and interact with women. This message resonated deeply with a specific audience. A key part of this burgeoning empire was Hustlers University. This online platform promised to teach subscribers the secrets to wealth creation. It offered courses on various topics, from cryptocurrency trading to e-commerce. It was marketed as an exclusive club for those aspiring to escape the matrix. The platform reportedly generated significant revenue. Alongside this, Tate spoke openly about his webcam business. He claimed to earn vast sums, around $600,000 a month. He described a model involving 75 women, recruited by making them fall in love with him. His following exploded, particularly among young men and boys. He amassed over 10 million followers on X, formerly known as Twitter. His videos on TikTok, often reposted by fans, garnered billions of views. He seemed to tap into a vein of discontent or aspiration. His confident, often aggressive delivery appealed to those seeking direction or an alternative to mainstream narratives. He positioned himself as a guru of self-improvement and financial freedom. A modern-day philosopher for the digital age, albeit a highly controversial one. However, this online persona was not without its extremely dark side. The themes of his content often veered into overtly misogynistic territory. His statements about women's roles, their intelligence, and their place in society sparked widespread condemnation. He openly identified as a misogynist. He made claims like women being intrinsically lazy. He even denied the existence of independent females. This provocative stance would ultimately contribute to his deplatforming from major social media sites. But for a time, his digital hustle seemed unstoppable. Section 5, Dark Clouds Gather, the onset of serious allegations. The inflammatory nature of Andrew Tate's online content was always a point of contention. His openly misogynistic statements drew constant criticism. But as his fame grew, more serious and tangible troubles began to surface. The rhetoric that many found offensive started to be overshadowed by grave legal accusations. These weren't just about words anymore. They were about alleged actions. Actions that could lead to severe consequences. The king of toxic masculinity, as some called him, found himself facing the very real power of the law. In April 2023, Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan were arrested in Romania. This was a dramatic development. They had relocated to the country, a move that itself had raised eyebrows. The arrests were part of a significant investigation. In mid-2023, they were formally indicted. The charges were extremely serious: human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized criminal gang to sexually exploit women. 2 Romanian women were also indicted alongside them. The accusations painted a disturbing picture far removed from the aspirational lifestyle promoted online. The details emerging from the investigation were grim. Prosecutors alleged the use of the loverboy method. This tactic involves luring women with false promises of love and a better life. Once ensnared, they are allegedly coerced or forced into performing sexual acts or producing pornography. The indictment mentioned multiple victims. It was a complex case built over time by Romanian authorities. The image of a self-made millionaire and lifestyle coach began to crack under the weight of these allegations. His online bravado met the cold reality of a criminal investigation. These developments sent shockwaves through his fan base and the wider public. Many of his followers rushed to his defense. They claimed he was being unfairly targeted. They echoed his narrative of being a victim of the Matrix. Others saw it as an inevitable consequence of his lifestyle and rhetoric. The initial arrests and indictment marked the beginning of a protracted legal battle, a battle that would see Tate's freedom curtailed and his empire come under intense scrutiny. The dark clouds had not just gathered, the storm had arrived. Section 6. Justice in Romania, Trials, Convictions, and Lingering Questions. The legal process in Romania moved forward. The trial concerning the charges of human trafficking, rape, and forming a criminal gang reportedly began in January 2024. The prosecution laid out its case. They detailed the alleged exploitation of women for financial gain. The loverboy method was a central theme. Authorities claimed that numerous victims were coerced into producing pornography. This activity allegedly generated substantial profits for the accused. The sums mentioned were significant, over $2.8 million in cash and hundreds of thousands in crypto tokens. In March 2024, a significant verdict was delivered. A Romanian court found Andrew Tate guilty. He was convicted of human trafficking and rape. His brother, Tristan Tate, was also convicted on similar charges. The sentences were substantial. Andrew Tate received a 15-year prison sentence. Tristan was sentenced to 12 years. These were first-instance court rulings. The news of the conviction was a major blow to Tate and his supporters. It seemed to validate the serious accusations that had been leveled against them for months. However, the legal saga was far from over. In April 2024, an appeal was promptly filed against the convictions. The Tate's legal team raised several grounds for appeal. They argued there had been judicial bias. They also pointed to alleged procedural errors during the trial. This appeal process meant that the sentences were not immediately enforced in full. As of May 2025, this appeal is still pending. A final decision from the higher courts in Romania is anticipated later this year. This has created a prolonged period of legal uncertainty. During this time, the Tate brothers faced various restrictions on their movement and activities. They had been under a travel ban within Romania. There were also periods of house arrest. For instance, reports in August 2024 indicated Andrew Tate was again placed under house arrest. Then a surprising twist occurred in February 2025. News outlets reported that Andrew and Tristan Tate had left Romania. They allegedly departed on a private jet, heading to the United States. This departure happened while their Romanian appeal was still active, adding another layer of complexity to their status. Section 7. Entangled in the UK extradition wishes and civil claims. While the legal drama unfolded in Romania, Andrew Tate also faced mounting issues in the United Kingdom. These were separate from the Romanian charges, but added to his complex web of legal troubles. He's wanted in the UK over allegations of sexual assault. These claims predate some of the Romanian issues. They represent another front in his ongoing battles with law enforcement. The nature of these allegations has not been fully detailed publicly, but they are serious enough to warrant police action. In March 2024, around the same time as his Romanian conviction, a significant step was taken by UK authorities. British police were granted a European arrest warrant. This warrant sought the extradition of both Andrew and Tristan Tate to the UK. The plan was for this to be served after the conclusion of the legal proceedings in Romania. This indicated a clear intent by UK authorities to have the brothers face questioning and potential charges on British soil. The prospect of extradition added another layer of pressure. Beyond criminal investigations, civil litigation also emerged in the UK. In May 2024, 4 women filed a civil case against the Tate brothers. They are seeking damages for alleged assaults. This civil action runs parallel to any criminal proceedings. It allows alleged victims to seek redress through the courts regardless of the outcome of criminal trials. Such cases can be financially and reputationally damaging, even if criminal guilt is not established. It represents another avenue through which Tate's past conduct is being scrutinized. Furthermore, the Tate brothers have faced allegations of tax evasion in the UK. In December 2024, a British court ruled that police could seize over £2 million from them. This sum was for unpaid taxes on a reported £21 million in revenue. Earlier, in July 2024, Devon and Cornwall police had initiated a civil case. They sought to recover approximately £2.8 million from the brothers' frozen bank accounts, also related to unpaid taxes. These financial investigations suggest that authorities are examining all aspects of their business dealings.
Check. Check one. Check. Check.
Section 8. The Tate Doctrine, Denials, Self-Belief, and a World Divided. Throughout all the accusations and legal proceedings, Andrew Tate has maintained his innocence. He has consistently and vehemently denied all allegations against him. He often portrays the legal actions as part of a coordinated attack. He claims these are attempts to silence him and destroy his reputation. In his view, the accusations are baseless. He suggests they are unsupported by substantial evidence. This narrative is frequently pushed out through his remaining online channels and by his supporters. It's a stance of complete defiance. His self-perception appears to be one of a persecuted figure. He has made statements suggesting he sees himself as a force for good. He has even claimed to be acting under some form of divine instruction. This positions him not as a flawed individual facing justice, but as a martyr fighting against a corrupt system. This self-belief is a powerful tool. It resonates with his followers who see him as a truth-teller battling against the Matrix. It's a narrative that rejects any form of culpability. Despite the gravity of the charges and the convictions in Romania, his core message hasn't wavered. He continues to project an image of strength and unwavering conviction. His statements often dismiss the legal challenges as mere obstacles. Obstacles put in his path because of his influence and his willingness to speak uncomfortable truths. Whether this is a genuine belief or a carefully constructed persona for his audience is a matter of speculation. But its effect is to galvanize his support base further. The bans from major social media platforms were a significant blow to his reach. Following his March 2024 conviction in Romania, platforms like Twitter, now X, Instagram, and YouTube permanently banned him. He had faced previous bans from multiple platforms, including TikTok and Facebook, for his controversial statements. Yet his voice still finds ways to permeate the online space, through clips shared by fans, appearances on smaller platforms, and his own websites. He remains a figure who commands attention, for better or worse. Section 9. Echoes in the Matrix, Tate's Enduring and Troubled Legacy. Despite the serious legal convictions and widespread condemnation, Andrew Tate's influence persists. It's a testament to the power of online personalities and the communities they can build. Certain corners of the internet remain staunchly supportive. His messages about masculinity, wealth, and challenging societal norms continue to resonate with a segment of the population. This enduring appeal, even in the face of overwhelming negative press and legal outcomes, is a phenomenon worth examining. It speaks to deeper currents in contemporary culture. His impact on discussions around modern masculinity is undeniable, though deeply divisive. Many critics and authorities have voiced serious concerns. They link his influence to the radicalization of young men towards misogynistic and harmful ideologies. In the UK, police have reportedly worked alongside counter-terrorism teams to understand and mitigate this influence. This highlights the perceived danger of his rhetoric. He has become a focal point for anxieties about online radicalization and the spread of extremist views among vulnerable young people. The story of Andrew Tate, his rise, his controversies, and his legal fall has become a subject of wider cultural analysis. Several documentaries and books have already sought to explore his journey. They examine his influence on internet culture and the version of masculinity he promotes. He is a case study in modern fame, digital entrepreneurship, and the complex interplay between online personas and real-world consequences. His reported departure from Romania in February 2025, while his appeal is pending, only adds another chapter to this ongoing saga. Ultimately, Andrew Tate leaves behind a polarizing and troubled legacy. To his followers, he may remain a symbol of rebellion and self-empowerment, To his detractors, he is a purveyor of hate and a convicted criminal. His story serves as a stark reminder of the potent influence wielded by figures in the digital age. It also raises difficult questions about responsibility, accountability, and the societal impact of unchecked online rhetoric. The echoes of Andrew Tate will likely reverberate through the Matrix for some time to come,